Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Mons and I create content revolving around sneakers, travel, and lifestyle. And for today's video, it's actually going to be a collection video. So if you've seen some of my videos in the past, you've seen I've done one for my Air Jordan 11 collection, my New Balance collection, and for today, I'm going to be going through my Jordan 4 collection. So if these are the types of videos that you enjoy, please feel free to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe to my channel. And let's get started. So when I was going through my collection, I realized that I actually don't have very many Jordan 4s, and all of the ones that I have are collaborations, which I think are pretty special. So for the first pair that I'm going to share today, it's going to be this one right here. So this is the Olivia Kim Jordan 4, and this one's dubbed the No Cover. And this one actually takes inspiration from MJ's Black Cat, and this is actually my only pair of sneakers that are all black. I ended up purchasing these off GOAT for a resale price. It is a little bit on the steep side, but I think it was worth it to have in my collection. And this is in women's sizing, so I got this in a women's 8, which converts to a 6.5 in men's or kids. So as you can see here, even though it is an all black pair, because of all of the different materials that are on this, I think it really brings a lot of contrast and texture to it. You can see on the upper that we have kind of like a pony-like hair material, and then we have the glossy wings and eyelets there, which kind of give it a nice shine and pop. And then of course we have the Nike Air branding on the heel tab. So all in all, even though it is a solid black pair of shoes, I think they're really, really nice and that you can dress them up, dress them down, and I'm really happy that I was able to pick this up as a part of my collection. So the second pair that I'm about to share is definitely a very, very sought out pair when it released in 2020, and it is this beautiful pair right here. This is the Off-White Jordan 4 in the sail colorway, and this was a women's release, so it did come in women's sizing, and I was able to pick these up on sneakers for retail price, so I'm really, really happy that I was able to get this pair in a very reasonable price because those resale prices are absolutely insane. So some of my favorite components on this pair, of course, aside from the color, because the color is absolutely beautiful, is of course we will see the signature zip tie from Off-White and some of that signature detailing here. So of course the address for Nike, and then we'll see like shoelaces in quotations, and then Air here in quotations. And then in the heel tab, we do see Nike Air. It is a little bit difficult to see because it's a bit of a cream translucent heel tab, but it is there. So I think they did a really, really great job with this collaboration, and the colors that they use are just chef's kiss. And I did like that it did come with additional laces. So it did come in a white, black, and mint option. And I did have them in the mint laces for a while just to kind of match some of the other mint details that are in the pair. But I love this pair so much, and I think it holds a lot more meaning for me since it is a women's release, and I think it'll be one of my favorites for years to come. All right, so moving on to the next pair. So this Jordan 4 actually also released in 2020, and it is this beautiful pair right here. So this is the Union Jordan 4 in the Off Noir colorway. This is one of two colorways that released that year. The other one was called the Guava Ice. And this was actually a follow-up release to the first collaboration between Union Brand and Jordan Brand in 2018, and it was for the Jordan 1s. Now, I did get this off the website for retail, so thankfully I didn't have to pay for resale prices as well, but I did originally want the Guava Ice one, but unfortunately it was sold out by the time I was able to put it in my cart. But I was able to get this colorway at least. So these are some of the components that I like from this pair. We'll see here that the wings are translucent or transparent, but it isn't cut out like we usually see in the Jordan 4s. We'll also see like the Union LA little tag here on the side by the netting, which is really cute. And one of my favorite parts actually, so this tongue actually comes folded when you get them, and it was stitched, which was very unique to this pair. But for me, so it actually was going to look something like this with the Air Jordan patch showing, but for me, I didn't really like it, so I ended up removing the stitching, and now I have it just kind of like the normal way. But I love the colors that they put together on this, and definitely one of my favorites in my collection, and I've definitely worn this a lot as well. Alright, so the next pair that I'm going to be sharing happens to be a very special pair because of the way that I won it. And before I get into the story, it is this pair right here. So this is the Alma Maniere Jordan 4 collaboration, and this is in the Violet Ore colorway. Now the reason why this pair is very important to me is because of the way that I won it. So this pair released November 2022, which happened to be midterm elections last year. And Alma Maniere actually gave two ways for people to access this pair. So one of them was, of course, trying to get them on their website, and the second one was doing a video submission entry. And the video submission entry is supposed to be a video that talks about some of the issues that you wanted to bring up that were important to you. So I actually did one of those video submission entries, and I was fortunate enough to be one of the selected winners. So they sent me an invoice and I was able to receive this pair for retail. And because of that, I think that's really such an important pair to me to have in my collection. So I do have majority of the sneakers that they've released with Jordan Brand in my collection, so I figured I really wanted this one as well. And these are some of my favorite parts of the sneaker. So I do love that they kept with that violet hue, kind of cohesive colorway throughout all of the sneakers that they release. I think it makes it just super nice. And if you're familiar with A Moment Air releases, they're actually very beautiful in the way that they're executed. A lot of the materials are very luxe, so some of the components that are my favorites are, of course, the quilted silk inside the lining of the pair, which I think is so nice. And the heel tabs actually have a message on them. So for this one, it actually says it's not about the shoes, it's about where you're going. So I love that they incorporate some of those little touches into the pair because that makes these sneakers all the more special. So yeah, that's how I got these. All right, everyone, so we are at the 5th and final pair of my Jordan 4 collection, and this sneaker happened to release earlier this year, and it is this beautiful pair right here. This is the first ever Jordan 4 Nike SB collaboration in the pine green colorway. So I was fortunate enough to be able to purchase this at one of the local sneaker stores here in San Diego. I ended up entering their raffle and I won, and I was so excited, so I ended up doing a pickup video on my Instagram of getting these shoes, and I actually wore them out of the store because I was that excited. But since this pair was actually made more suitable for skateboarding, there are some notable differences on the pair itself that we wouldn't usually see on a Jordan 4. So a couple of those is the eyelets and the wings here. You'll see that it's more of a rubber compound, so it's a little more flexible. And you'll see that here as well on the heel tab. And of course, a notable difference is that the Nike SB logo is here on the back, which I think is a really nice touch. I love that they added some gum bottoms here, or at least partially here on the sole. I love adding that into a pair because it just adds some contrast, and I don't know, I'm biased. I just really love gum soles. So in addition to that though, they added a bit more padding in here, and it is so much more comfortable than all of the other Jordan 4s that I have. And I will say that this pair actually happens to be one of my contenders for sneaker of the year. But I know that it's only October, so it's a little bit premature to decide that yet, since there are some other releases that are still coming out for the rest of the year. So stay tuned for my top 10 sneaker pickups that will definitely be coming at the end of 2023. And that'll conclude my Jordan 4 collection. So that'll do it for today's video. Thank you all so much for joining me. And if there happens to be any pairs that you want to see as a part of my collection, I'm happy to hear your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe to my channel. And I will see you all at the next video. This has been your girl Mons. Bye.